Hello listeners, welcome to Hollywood Nights, a D&D actual play podcast brought to you by Brain Adventures. Hollywood Nights is a story about a trio of unlikely heroes from a medieval fantasy land who find themselves in modern-day Hollywood, where they learn that the villain who trapped them there is alive and well, surviving off the corruption that fuels Tinseltown. Let's meet our starstruck heroes.
Hey everyone, my name is Logan Arneson, and I play Sir Edwin Durmin, a 55-year-old overprotective paladin and self-appointed father figure to the Princess Constance.
Hi, I'm Christina, and I play Constance, a royal pain-in-the-ass warlock whose personality is as fiery as my dragon familiar, Fuego.
Hi, I'm Hana, and I play Shattering Glass, a clumsy Kenku artificer under the employment of the royal family.
And I'm Izzy Rebels, Dungeon Master / famous Hollywood producer, but not really. Our story begins in a far-off kingdom in the land of Valenheim, a castle belonging to a certain family of devils in the Everchill Kingdom. In this castle, we travel down to the dungeon-esque depths, dank and dirty, where we meet the first of our starstruck heroes, Shattering Glass. You are awoken in your cot in the corner of one of the, slimy dungeons. You hear a lot of commotion coming from outside of your, basically, cell. What do you do?
I quietly sneak out of my cot and try to figure out what's going on outside my cell.
Cool. So yeah, you can go ahead, just sneak out of your cot real quick, get to it's not like a cell, there's no jail bars, but you can get to the door. You see your superior. He is on the other side of the room, surrounded by lab equipment stuff. This is your basic, every day you wake up, you go to work right away. That's pretty much all you do.
All right, then. Then I'm going to open that door and go to work.
All right, you head into the laboratory and your boss is there. He turns around to see you, Shattering Glass. This is Valandrius. Oh, hello, Shatter. You're up early.
I make a noise that resembles the clattering I heard from inside my room.
Damn it.
Oh, I'm so sorry about that. Prince Delian, the prince who has been residing at the kingdom, he arrived here about a week ago. His royal guard were down here. They were instructing me on some new potion that Prince Delian needs by tonight, actually. So I was in a hurry to get all the ingredients collected. But I did notice we're missing a few key items. I was planning on waking you up anyway, now that you are up and at 'em. Perhaps you could go collect them for me?
I raise my claw up in salute and nod.
Perfect. Here, take these. Valandrius is just grabbing some scrolls, some empty potion bottles, just kind of hands them all to you in a big pile with no concern for how you're going to carry all this. Yes, okay. So we're going to need about 6 of these magic mushrooms. We're going to need about 3 collectings of celestial deer droppings. Yeah, just the works. The works, if you could.
The works. The works if I could.
Yes. Well, go ahead. Go do that now.
I take all of the scrolls and miscellany, and I scatter away.
Shatter scatters. Alright, so Shatter, you go ahead, you head outside the castle. You know that most of these ingredients need to be collected from the nearby forest. This is a forest very famous for fey creatures and other fairy-like beings from the fey realm and stuff like that. They often cross into the forest here and just kind of hang out and chill. This is where they live. So you head in there. Do you start looking for stuff right away?
I put everything on the ground so I don't drop it.
Okay, so you drop the stuff so you don't drop it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool. Sounds good.
I put it on the ground and I gather my bearings because I'm gonna have to carry all that with me as I somehow gather more stuff to bring everything back.
You do have your little kind of infinity pouch, your, inversible workbench.
That's right. All right. I pull out my reversible workbench and I start shoving things into whatever drawers that open up first, so I can collapse it all up and go on my way to get mushrooms and celestial deer droppings and the works.
Cool.
The works!
So to clarify, Shatter has this little like magic item. It's a pouch, pretty small, like palm-sized pouch. They can like flip it inside out, and when they do, an entire workbench comes out, and they can put stuff in there, kind of like organize it to how they would like, and then they can essentially vice versa do the opposite and collapse it back into a tiny pouch. Handy little magic item for a handy little artificer.
Caw.
All right, so Shatter, go ahead, give me a, let's do nature check. Do it with advantage because you do know kind of like what you're looking for and where to find it usually.
Alright, I got a 22.
Ooh, pretty good. So you're gonna spend just like maybe 5 minutes, maybe less, collecting this stuff. This is all very familiar. This is the standard, the works, quotation marks. So you go ahead and get everything, pick it out real quick. I will say, with that high of a check, you do notice something else. Rather, it catches your eye. Very shiny. I believe you have an affinity for shiny things.
I love shiny things.
And this is something you have yet to encounter before. Shattering Glass. As you're picking up the last of like the magic mushrooms, you see a little grove off in the distance, and in that grove, you notice a shiny, sparkling, what appears to be tiny crystalline wrapping at the bottom of a series of vines. What do you want to do with that?
Oh, I want it. I'm heading right there. It's mine.
Okay, cool. So you go ahead, go for it. Upon closer inspection, you see this looks like, why don't you give me an Arcana check?
26. Rolled a natural 20.
Wow. Okay. Nat 20 Arcana check. Now that you look at that up close, you've seen this exact thing in like plenty of textbooks and stuff. This is an extremely rare magical ingredient. They're almost never found. This is a mystical fairy cocoon. It very much appears to be, it looks as if it were made of glass, but very sparkly, very shiny. Kind of like what a second grader would make for like a Mother's Day gift. It's a little flaky, so it's kind of delicate, but with that nat 20 Arcana check, I'll say you can handle this thing perfectly. You know exactly how to do it. What would you like to do with it?
I pull out my reversible workbench. I open up one of the drawers that I use to keep very fragile things safe, and I gingerly place it in there and shut that drawer. Flip the workbench back into a pouch, and go on my way.
You do notice when you flip, or when you like close the pouch, the cocoon pops out. It just kind of like, boop.
Oh, shit.
You have some recollection of like rare magical items not mixing well with like not rare magical. Your inversible pouch is kind of danky, for lack of a better word. This cocoon has some pretty high standards.
So my bag isn't good enough for you, I see. You know what? In that case, I don't trust me in my hands, so I cast Mage Hand to hold onto it on my way back to the tower. Okay,
cool. And since that's a cantrip, you can just keep like casting it whenever it runs out, because I know it doesn't last forever, but yeah. Sounds good. So yeah, you collected all your items. You're gonna head back to the castle?
Yeah.
So you go ahead and do that. We're gonna make another cut. Constance Everchill. Wake up. Constance, wake up.
Yeah.
Wake up. Someone rips the pillow off of your face. Constance Everchill.
Yes.
I would say all of your middle names, but your father, I can't, that man.
What
Constance,
happened?
this is your mother, Queen Belithra.
Mm-hmm.
Constance!
What is it, Mother?
Constance,
Yes.
You should have woken up 2 hours ago. Why are you still in bed?
Why?
Why?
I need some rest.
Why? What exactly did you get yourself into last night?
Nothing, Mother.
Mm-hmm.
You are aware of everything I do.
Take me for a fool.
Here we go again.
Constance, get out of bed. Get out of bed.
Fine. I'm out of bed.
As you get up out of bed, you notice Fuego, your little dragon familiar. He has his own bed right on the side of your bed. His bed is kind of like a life raft, like a circular little like tube, but it's made out of solid gold. And in there's a bunch of gold coins and little like gemstones and jewels. Like most dragons, Fuego loves to sleep on a hoard of gold and valuable treasures.
Yeah, he's adorable.
Fuego is very undisturbed by your mother, but when you get up, he's laying down peacefully. He opens one eye, looks up at you, and he digs his snout into the gold and is like kind of digging himself deeper so he doesn't have to hear what's happening.
At least he can skip this part. Okay. What is it, Mother?
Constance,
Yes.
Prince Delian has been here for nearly a week. You know why he's here.
Right. Correct.
We have less than a week until your 25th birthday. Darling, if you weren't my own flesh and blood, I would have you murdered in the town square myself. Being nearly 25 years old, a young maiden, unmarried, unheard of. Truly.
Right.
Truly.
Oh, Mother, you're always so sweet.
Yes, well, I do try. No matter what you keep telling yourself.
Look, Mother, I have other goals in my life than being married to some prince.
Yes,
Whatever.
I'm well aware of your other goals.
Right. So, I don't care that I'll be 25 and single. Thank you very much. You can leave my room now.
Well, I do plan on leaving your room.
Thank you.
Might I say, it is a pigsty in here.
Thank you, Mother. You're always so sweet.
I will know it is not a pigsty in here at all. It's kept very clean by your servants.
Of course it is.
But there is one of your socks is like on the floor at the foot of your bed. And she specifically focuses on that when she says it.
Of course he does.
Well, anyway, I will be leaving, but someone will be staying here in my place to make sure that you actually get on with the duties you have to do for the day. Remember, dinner tonight with Prince Delian. I believe he has a very important question to ask you.
All right, I know what will be the answer to that question, so...
I don't think you do know.
Okay, goodbye.
Yes, well, before I leave, Sir Durmin, will you come in here for a moment? Constance, your bedroom door swings open.
You called, Your Highness?
Yes, I did. Constance here is going to need a... how do I make caretaker seem like less of a chore?
Oh, Mother.
I don't know, whatever. I pay you very well. Constance is going to need a caretaker, Sir Durmin.
He'll be mine?
Yes, I know. Excuse me, Durmin. I know that you have yet to really take exclusive watch over the princess since she was much younger and much less this. But you know that you're my most trusted guard. That's why you're the captain.
Mother, he has other duties. You know that, right?
Well, this job takes priority. Isn't that right, Sir Durmin?
You are right,
Yes,
Your Majesty.
exactly. He agrees with me wholeheartedly. Constant,
Right.
ever chill.
Does he has an alternative?
She like kind of looks at Sir Durmin very confused, like, do you have other things to live for?
I believe what the princess is asking if I have other options, and seeing as I am being asked by the queen, that would be no.
Ugh.
Yes.
Fine, whatever. Okay, Mother, you can leave now.
Yes, I am well on my way. Sir Durmin, please make sure that she is attended to, make sure her servants are here on time, you know, all this and that. Can't afford
I'm fine,
any
Mother,
slip
I'm
up
fine.
today.
Absolutely, Your Highness. You have nothing to worry about.
I didn't think I would. All right, well, I'll see you two later. Dinner tonight,
Ta-ta,
remember?
sweet mother. Ta-ta.
Okay, ta-ta.
Okay, bye-bye.
She very, like, fancily lets herself out of the room. She, like, holds up the like, skirt of her dress. Definitely doesn't need to. Don't want to step on all this filth. The single sock on the floor. So yeah, she makes her way out. Now it's just you guys and Fuego, who is Constance. You just see the tip of his tail from under all the gold.
I thought she would never leave.
Yeah, me too. She's such a pain.
Yeah. I very much have other things that I could be doing, but
I know. That's why I told you. You never stand up to her.
well, it'd be like a beheading if I did, so
Ugh, not really. But whatever. It's been this way for practically, what, your whole life?
well, your whole life.
So, and yours. Fine, what shall we do? Should we train?
I'm good for training. That sounds like a good idea.
Let's go train.
Mm.
Fuego! Go!
Fuego like pops his little head out of the gold treasure. You see the tip of his tail from the other side of his bed wagging like incessantly. All the gold is being scattered around. He jumps up and flies onto your shoulder, snuggles around your neck like a very warm, scaly scarf, and he's ready to go.
We all are. Let's go.
Sweet. So you guys head to the training grounds, correct?
Correct.
Yes.
All right. So you go ahead and do that. We're going to cut back to Shattering Glass.
Caca.
All right, Shatter. So you're making your way. You've already gotten back to the castle. You're making your way back to the like kind of dungeon basement area. All this stuff you got. It's all in the workbench, correct?
Mm-hmm. Except for my cocoon, my shiny.
Cool. Okay. It should be noted that because all that stuff is in there, you've also. I will say, for anyone who hasn't seen Shatter's appearance, Shatter is covered in random trinkets, metallic and shiny otherwise. So Shatter tends to make quite a bit of noise as they move around. Shatter, could you actually give me a stealth check? Which I believe you naturally roll with disadvantage.
I do.
Okay, cool.
7.
Okay. Honestly, I was expecting worse. So
Ouch! Thanks.
yeah. The
Go with
DC for
that.
this is actually lower than that. So I'm gonna let you have it. You go ahead, you head down the kind of like large, like circular stairs, the kind where it like spins around. So you head down those. It's all brick down here, very like dungeon, danky, gross, slimy. You're not kept in well quarters, but it's a living. As you go down, you actually hear your boss, Valandrius, speaking to someone else. You don't recognize this other person's voice, which as a Kenku, I will note, you have an amazing ear for voices.
The hell is this?
You hear Valandrius speaking to this other person. All right. I'm waiting on a few more ingredients. Please just be patient. I'll have the concoction done when it's done. That's not good enough. We need this done immediately. This is of the utmost importance. Prince de Leon needs it. I thought his name was Prince de Lion. It doesn't matter. He needs it. It's the only way he's going to get Constance to accept his marriage proposal. Yes, I'm well familiar with how mind control potions work. I myself have never been able to create one that properly functioned, but I will perfect it this time. For the 104th attempt, I will have it correct. That's not very reassuring. Oh well, sucks for you. Shatter, you heard all of that. What do you do?
Well, as a member of the royal guard, it is my duty to report to my superior, which is Valandrius. You know what? I'm just gonna back up. I'm just gonna slowly back away as stealthily as I can, and
Yeah, go ahead and give me another stealth check.
shit. 3.
That's what I'm talking about.
Fuck.
All right. So as you're backing out, I'm going to say you're backing out, literally backing out. Like you don't look behind you and you're just literally like taking footsteps backwards, which if you've ever done that upstairs, it's not easy. So you go ahead and do that. And with your bird-like claw feet things, you find yourself tripping up, falling backwards up the stairs, and then falling down the stairs, making a bunch of noise as all of your items on you, all the random forks and rings, random pieces of jewelry and gems, all clicking and clanging against each other. This is going to be a great sound bit, by the way.
Oh no.
You fall flat on your ass at the bottom of the stairs, and you notice Valandrius and like 3 other guards immediately. I think they've already turned their attention towards the stairs by the time you get to the bottom. Yeah, they're just looking at you. Oh, Shatter, did you hear any of that?
I just open my beak and make a crying baby sound. And then in a voice that sounds uncannily like Sir Durmin.
Oh, my back.
Valandrius just points at you, looks at the guards, and go, "Get her! Get them! Get them!" The guards start moving towards you.
Am I in danger? Oh shit! What about my shiny cocoon?
I would advise you, personally, as the DM, to start running.
I grab my cocoon and I start running. Shit!
Cool. So you dart up those stairs, making as much noise as you possibly can, because that's just kind of your thing. So you get to the top of the stairs. Where would Shatter go? You have access to the entire castle from here, really. Where would you go?
Well, I would go...
Oh, I do want to note for you, too, real quick. So the king is actually out of the castle currently. He's on another, diplomatic trip. When this happens, he usually takes most of the royal guard with him. But because he knew that Prince Delian would be here, he had their royal guard stay. And so they're all pretty much here. Your royal guard that you used to is relatively bare bones.
Oh, shit. Well... If I know Princess Constance like I know Princess Constance, she's either climbing out a window as we speak, or she's out training. So, I'm going to run towards the training fields.
That's a good, insightful decision-making there. So Shatter runs towards the training fields, and quick cut back. All right, Constance, Durmin, you guys are at the training fields. What are you up to?
Training, obviously.
Durmin, care to elaborate?
All right, Constance. Now I want you to go 60 paces back and then try and hit me with an arrow, and I'm going to try and block it.
Okay, let's go.
Fuego does that thing where you put 2 fingers to your eyes and then throw the fingers at the other person. I got you. I'm watching you.
Okay, I'm here. I'm gonna throw.
All right, Constance, why don't you go ahead and roll an attack roll with your bow, your magic bow, Ever Essence.
Can I make an opposing attack to attack the arrow?
Yeah, that sounds like a cool thing. Do it.
I got a 15.
Okay, Durmin, what do you get?
Nice. That is a 26.
Okay, cool. So, Constance, you let loose an arrow. I'm gonna say for extra flavor, Fuego blows fire on the arrow to give it an extra boost. The arrow comes flying directly at you, Sir Durmin, and then as it's going to hit your sword, it shrivels up in flames and just turns to dust. And you swing, and your sword just doesn't make contact with anything.
That's so sad.
You get extra points for style, but negative points for not even hitting.
I know.
Constance, Fuego pulls your hair over his face.
It's fine. It's just this one time that I got it wrong.
Okay. Shoot this apple. And I throw an apple into the air.
Sure.
Constance, give me an attack.
Okay.
I know how to keep Constance entertained after all of these years. I can't do traditional training.
24.
Ooh, that's really good. All right. So yeah, Constance, this time with no assistance from Fuego. You go ahead, let loose an arrow, and it flies directly into that apple. Sir Durmin, the apple comes flying back to you in 2 pieces.
Told ya!
All right, Sir Durmin, you have pretty good passive perception. You're always on guard. You hear a lot of clanging and trinkets kind of clinking against each other. This is a very familiar sound. You know what this is.
Mm-hmm.
This is either a relatively small garbage tornado or Shattering Glass.
Garbage tornado thing.
I will turn and I will try and identify the garbage tornado that is Shatter.
Yeah, Shatter, you come running up out of the castle. The training grounds are like right outside of it, and you see Sir Durmin and Constance. Durmin is holding two halves of an apple. Who cares? He's holding fruit, and you have important news to share.
I run immediately up and I use my Kenku mimicry to reiterate everything I heard.
It's the only way he's going to get Constance to accept his marriage proposal. Yes, I'm well familiar with how mind control potions work. Sucks for you.
Constance, would you care to pay a visit to Valandrius?
Let's go.
Shatter, if you would escort us, please. I think we have some words to dispute with this man.
Oh, yes, we do.
Shatter looks around, super nervous, and then stands behind them.
So you go ahead, you get through the castle. You do notice a few of the Prince Delian's royal guards kind of out and about where you would usually see your royal guards. You know, they're standing attention at every other area. Each time you walk by, you notice that they are very heavily focusing on Constance.
I glare at them as I walk past.
Cool. Can you actually roll me an insight check as you do this?
Ooh, okay. That's a 9.
Okay. You're pretty sure they all just think she's kind of hot.
I glare harder.
Cool. All right, so you guys get to the entrance to the dungeon-esque basement. Sir Durmin, what are you doing?
I am kicking that door in.
Cool. Go ahead, do that. Roll me an attack, I guess.
Ooh, old bones. That's an 11.
Okay. Constance, you see Sir Durmin. This is like a typical patch,
Okay.
I should say. You see Sir Durmin very confidently, sternly walk up to this basement hatch. He approaches it, and you know for a fact that that's a pull, not a push.
I'm just gonna walk up and pull the door really slowly.
Cool. The door doesn't creak, but I imagine Shatter makes a door creaking sound.
Of course she does. Could you be more loud?
All right, you guys head in there, correct?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I'm storming in. Valandrius, where are you, you slug?
Valandrius,
He's not here. Go away.
come out, you sneaky son of a
I
bitch.
immediately reiterate, Constance.
Come out, you sneaky son of a bitch. Thank you, Shatter.
All right, so you guys get down to the bottom of these stairs, and you reach the laboratory area. You do not see Valandrius anywhere here. Shatter, I will also note you don't see any of the guards that you saw before either.
I don't like this.
Valandrius, you need to explain a lot.
Sir Durmin, what are you doing?
I'm going to start investigating the area, or perceiving, and just trying to figure out where he might have gone.
Mm-hmm.
If he's still hiding.
You can go ahead and make an investigation check then.
Perfect.
Constance, Shatter, what about you?
You know what? I'm also gonna look for Valandrius.
Okay, go ahead, roll investigation.
That's a solid 5.
Okay, I got a 5 for Durmin,
17.
17 for Shatter. Constance, what would you like to do?
I want to do something like an Arcana check or some kind of check.
Ooh, yeah. Why don't you give me an Arcana check, and you can check out his magical alchemy setup down here.
Okay. That's a 15.
Okay, cool. Sir Durmin, what did you get again, a 5?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So you got a 5. Sir Durmin, you kind of just walk up to one of the desks, and you see a book, and you just kind of open it. Valandrius? And then you just close it.
Yeah. Spellcasters could be anywhere.
Sure.
Shatter, you got a 17, correct?
Mm-hmm.
All right. With that, I'm going to say you actually hear the doors to this area being closed, and you hear the sound of metal chains. You're so good with pinpointing sounds and what that is. You're honestly better off if you were blind, but you can basically tell that somebody is locking this area down. Yeah, and you also get more with the investigation too, but do what you will.
I open my beak and I make the sound of a loud bolt shackle locking.
Okay. So everybody else will hear this then too. You can tell this is trying to be done quietly. Shatter, you can tell.
Yeah.
And then Constance, you got a 15 on Arcana, right?
Yes.
Okay. So Constance, you're going to take a look around his laboratory equipment. Fuego is kind of sniffing things. He gets to one particular potion bottle, and you see he kind of cringes. His snout crinkles up, and he's like, yeah. That one definitely has some sort of special magical qualities to it. You can tell that there's been some sort of powerful enchantment magic cast on this.
Okay. So I take it to Shatter, since she knows more about this than I do, right?
Yeah.
I mean, she works here, so she'll know what is it with this specific potion.
So Shatter, you go ahead. Do you take this?
Yeah, I take it from Constance and I hold it up to the light, look at it. I don't want to smell it, but I bring it up to my beak and I take a
quick sniff. Snorting some magic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you are. We'll transfer your investigation with this. You can identify this type of magic. It's definitely enchantment magic. You're pretty sure, based on what you know, this is one version of Valandrius's previous attempts at a mind control potion. You're theorizing that this was made today to kind of as a test run for the mind control potion he's currently working on.
All right, I open my mouth and in Valandrius's voice, repeat,
mind control potion. As that's happening too, because you did roll so well on your investigation, Shatter, you will notice your inversible workbench is being taken off of your person.
What? How? Who? Shinies!
Sir Durmin and Constance, you will also see this bag starts floating in midair. It does fully leave Shatter's person.
I will attack the space that would be if there was a person taking that bag.
Okay, go ahead, roll an attack with disadvantage.
Oh no. Natural 1.
Oh no!
Nat 1. Yeah. Oh no. Sir Durmin, you go ahead and swing your sword at this empty space, and you end up cutting into the wall. And as you cut into the wall, you scrape it. You hear the large sound. Fuego hears that, and Fuego hates abrupt noises and stuff. Fuego's not a huge fan of Shatter, just FYI. Constance, Fuego, like a cat, arches his back super high, and he's on your shoulder. You feel his claws dig into your shoulder, and then he, a second later, jumps up and is flying on the ceiling around the room.
Oh, shit. Okay, Fuego, calm down.
Shatter, Constance, and Durmin, so everybody here, make an intelligence saving throw.
10.
13.
Okay, 10, 13.
7.
7. Great. Everybody feels their, damn it. I can't
Hands?
think of it.
Wrists.
Their wrists. Their goddamn wrists. Everybody feels their wrists kind of jolted together as if you were manacled and pulled down to the floor. You see these spectral manacle cuffs around your arms, and they're pulling you down.
No.
The floating bag, you see Valandrius appear, and he's like, "Oh, goody, I got all my stuff. Thank you, Shatter. I really appreciate it."
You son of a bitch.
In Durmin's voice.
This is going to reflect poorly on your annual review. Valandrius, you listen here very closely. If you harm a single hair on her head, I will end you.
I'm not going to harm her. I'm just going to take away her willpower. Honestly, it's not that big of a deal. Consent is irrelevant. I mean, if we're really going to talk about this, consent, it's whatever.
You're dead. I'm going to slit your throat.
Well,
I will do it before you, Sir Durmin. Do not touch a hair of my head. You son of a bitch.
My shinies!
okay, well, you know what? I find this all very ironic because the last ingredient I need is actually a hair off of the princess's head. So, I don't know what to tell you all. That's just how magic works.
You won't get it. You won't get this. Just stay away from me.
Valandrius is purposefully. You can see he's kind of enjoying this. Valandrius enjoys attention. I will say, for a little bit of backstory, Sir Durmin, you have been here at the castle the longest. You know that Valandrius 20, 30 years ago was actually in running to be the court jester, but he got rejected because they said he wasn't funny enough. He loves attention. He loves, theatrics. So he is like high step in like a gown over in Constance's direction, kind of doing that thing where he's like hunched over, hands kind of like clawed out in front of him. Very stereotypical dude robbing a bank kind of look.
Can I try and break free?
No. He's like, oh no, I'm going to get you.
Can I run?
You cannot run. I will say, everybody go ahead and make another intelligence saving throw as he gets up to Constance.
25.
Ooh.
Yes.
11. -2. Y'all. -2.
Oh, shit.
I got 18.
Ooh, okay. So yeah, real quick to cover that. Yeah, I believe Constance and Durmin both have low intelligence.
Yeah, -2.
We're excusing that as there's just not good schooling in medieval fantasy lands, You don't learn a lot about geography. English isn't like huge, like who cares, Plus those two were definitely kind of like more on the jock end in their schooling, so yeah. For all we know, Sir Durmin could have been like Constance's school tutor.
So that's why we're both -2. Awesome. Thank you, Sir Durmin.
You're welcome.
All right, so Valandrius, gets right up to Constance. He goes and strokes the side of your face.
No.
He has long fingernail, like those long fingernails. They're just slightly too long.
Ugh.
You feel it just barely like scratch the side of your cheek.
Ew, stop
And he
it.
he runs his finger under your chin and then like over your chin. He turns his finger upside down and like twists it over. He touches your lip, moves his finger up your nose, up your forehead, and then to your hair. And you feel him pinch a single hair and pull at it. He's holding it in his hand, and then your chains break. Yours and Shatter's.
And I vomit.
On command.
And I attack.
Cool. We're gonna hold up. You vomit. Shatter, what are you gonna do?
Do I still have my shiny cocoon in my hands, by the way? Like I like to think I've been holding on to it. Oh, good. That's just an aside. I just want to make sure I have my shiny with me.
Yeah, and you've been relatively delicate with
All
it too.
So, how many feet away am I from Valandrius?
You would be about 15 feet away from him.
Awesome, so I'm out of range. Perfect. I cast Shatter on a specific point so that the radius encompasses Valandrius, but not Constance.
Gotcha. I'm gonna say, too, that in that exact radius, you would actually be hitting almost all of his laboratory equipment as well.
You know what? Fuck it. Yeah, I'm gonna do it.
All right, cool.
Look, I have my workbench. It's in the pouch. It's safe.
All right, what kind of save is that?
It is, it's a Constitution save.
Ooh. Evil wizards / wannabe court jesters don't have amazing constitution.
What? It's a Constitution save of 15.
Okay, he does just exactly get 15, so you do still do damage, you just do half damage.
Okay, well, let's roll this shit. So that will be 10 points of damage then. I rolled 20.
Nice. All right, so you go ahead. How do you do this shatter exactly? Why don't you describe it?
Taking my shatterproof flask and willing forward all of the preventative breaks that I have inflicted upon it, I throw that energy towards his lab to encompass him, but not Constance.
So when you do that, you can almost see it like a reverberation of sound shock waves kind of come out from that exact point you chose. And you see these like sound waves shatter absolutely every single piece of his lab equipment, every elixir, every potion bottle, every piece of glass, metal, even the wood kind of like caves in a bit. And he is like kind of jolted to the side, not into Constance, thankfully.
I take in those sounds as the universe cheering my name.
Awesome. So yeah, he's kind of jolted aback. You can tell he didn't take the full force of that, but definitely took damage. All right, Constance, so you go ahead, you finish, vomiting. Yeah, you've been
Throwing up.
emptying
Yeah.
yourself. I don't know. What do you do that? You said you wanted to attack, correct?
Yeah. He's pretty close to me, right?
Yes. Yeah, I will say he was pushed far enough away to where you can't shoot him if you want.
I want to shoot him.
Okay.
For sure.
So you go ahead and do that. I'm going to say, too, Fuego is going to go ahead and seeing all this happen, Fuego's going to actually jolt into Valandrius's face to kind of like distract him. And you can see Fuego's like scratching at him, clawing at him. So you can go ahead and roll your attack with advantage.
21.
Nice. That hits because he's not wearing like any armor.
Haha! Gotcha! Son of
All
a
right,
bitch.
go ahead and roll damage.
10.
Okay, so that's your damage?
Yeah.
All right, sweet. Hey, Shatter also did 10. Durmin, gotta catch up.
I gotta get free. Get free.
All right, Valandrius is actually shot downwards. You will notice your arrow kind of like shoots into his shoulder, and it looks like it shoots deeper than it should. Like you really got him, and he like falls straight down. You see Shatter's bag kind of rolls off to the side. So he loses grip of the bag. He's still holding your hair. Sir Durmin, once again, you have the best passive perception of the party. Sir Durmin, you actually see a flask full of some sort of like magical liquid moving in the air towards Valandrius.
There's someone else in here, and I like use my face to point because my hands are still shackled at the flask.
Go ahead, give me another intelligence saving throw.
All of us or just Sir Durmin?
Just Sir Durmin.
No.
Nope. Okay.
That's a 4.
Balls.
Cool. So then Shatter and Constance, you two, I guess we'll see where Sir Durmin's pointing at, and you see this floating potion heading towards Valandrius.
I cast Mage Hand to intercept it.
Okay. Go ahead, give me an intelligence check. Maybe Arcana? Give me Arcana. This is going to be essentially a tug of war.
14.
14. Okay. Let me roll. Okay. All right. Well, I got quite better than a 14.
Shit.
So you're going to see the invisible potion slip out of your mage hand. Constance, what would you like to do?
I would like to grab Shatter's bag.
Okay, cool. All right, so you grab Shatter's bag. What would you like Fuego to do?
I would like Fuego to breathe some fire on the hair that Valandrius has on his fingers.
Fuego's going to leap off of Valandrius' face. You can see he pushes down on Valandrius' eyelids and then like leaps up, does like a full flip, kind of like gives a little fly. Lands right next to Valandrius' hand and breathes fire on your hair.
Yes.
All right.
Good job, Fuego.
And then with that, Sir Durmin, you are actually freed
Nice.
from your shackles.
I will try and cut this person in half.
Okay. What you think is the invisible person?
Yeah.
Okay, so there's gonna be another attack roll with disadvantage.
I can do
Believe
it.
in you.
You can do it.
Okay, I got 2 16s.
That's pretty good. Yeah. So that's 16 total?
Yep.
Oh, wow.
Nice. That actually will hit. Yeah, you can go ahead and do you want to slash or stab?
I want to like baseball swing at it.
Okay.
Full on I'm gonna try and cleave if there was a person there in half.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. So yeah, you absolutely do that then. So you cleave this person, invisibility wears off. It's another Valandrius. Oh, damn it. Ugh. You go ahead, knock him aside. You see he has a large gashing cut here. The potion does stay in his hand. It is still secure there. You knock him to the side. And he's like, oh, ugh, rich. And then you see Shatter from behind you you feel a cold, sharp, stabbing pain erupt right into like the back of your stomach area, I suppose. You're being stabbed and you feel a hand grab your shoulder.
Like actually stab? Like if I look down, am I gonna see a knife?
I don't think it's big enough to cut through you, but it is like you know what being stabbed is like. You're a royal guard.
Part of the training course.
That's part of the training. That's part of the initiation.
It's the Royal Guard version of being pepper sprayed.
It's a nice little knife stab in the back.
All right, Sir Durmin, you go ahead, direct your attention over to Shatter. Sir Durmin, you see coming into visibility another Valandrius stabbing Shatter. You hear, I guess, in your ear, question mark? Valandrius whispering, I guess, right, they must. Valandrius whispers to you, what does Valandrius whisper to her, to them?
This isn't over until the fat bird sings.
But I'm a skinny bird.
The little bird sings.
Till skinny bird sings?
I got it. Shatter, Valandrius whispers in your ear, a little bird told me you like shiny things. And you feel the knife stab further and further into you, and you do see, if you look down, a knife. Very shiny, metallic. Shatter, as that's happening, your little cocoon glows bright with some sort of magical arcane energy. What do?
Can I roll an Arcana check to, like, if I know what it's doing already?
I think you rolled really well on the Arcana check to, like, identify it.
Yeah.
So go ahead and do this with advantage.
24.
Nice.
Sweet. You know that these fairy cocoons are meant to protect whatever creature is inside of them. And so because of that, they are, like, just absolutely to the brim filled with abjuration magic, like protective, guarding, warding magic. You don't know exactly how it works or what it does, but you do know the thing that you're best at, shattering things. This is essentially like a magical grenade that can protect you.
Then I'm going to break it.
Okay, how are you going to break it?
By doing what I do best, which is breaking things.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm kind of hanging off of Valandrius's knife right now, but I see the tip of it sticking out for me. So I grab this cocoon and with as much strength as I can handle, jab it on the tip of the knife that's coming out of my front.
Oh, nice. Very.
That's gangster, right? Like,
yeah.
what the fuck?
All right.
You could have just throw it on the floor, but
Cool. All right, yeah, so you absolutely do that. As you, like, split it into the end of the knife, it shatters into 1,000 pieces, each one just shiny and reflective, glimmering with arcane, magical, fey energy. And Shatter, the knife disappears. It gets coated in, like, this blue fairy dust, and then it just vanishes. The wound that is now there also gets, like, sealed up with this blue fairy dust, and then the rest of your body is coated in the same dust. Valandrius, also on his left hand that's touching your shoulder, also coated, and you see it, like, spreads up to him, and then you both disappear. Sir Durmin, what do you do?
I just saw them both disappear. What's happening with this dust?
The dust is now kind of spreading around. It's turning into, like, what looks like a tiny, like, tornado, and it's growing and growing in size.
I'm going to try and get to Constance and get her out of the room.
Cool. All right, so you can just run over to Constance. What do you want to do?
If she's not moving, I'm going to pick her up.
Constance, are you moving?
Oh, I'm moving. I'm
Okay.
trying to get away from that tornado and out of that basement we are in.
Mm-hmm. Constance, I will say Fuego is still flying. He kind of, like, he got over to Valandrius's hand, and the tornado is right behind him. Fuego looks behind him, and Fuego looks very intrigued. Fuego also has an affinity for tiny things.
I call Fuego. Let's go. Fuego!
Fuego's not paying you any attention. He's too enamored, and he starts walking,
I grab
normal
him.
Walking towards the tornado. You grab Fuego?
Yeah.
All right.
I just run over and just try and grab him by the tail and yeet him.
Okay. Sir Durmin, go ahead, roll me I guess, just a dexterity check. Or we'll call this initiative. We don't have to roll initiative, just you roll initiative. I want to see how fast you can do this.
Come on, work with me, die. That's a 6.
All right. I will say, you know that you can do this, but Fuego's on the other side of the room right now. Getting there, it's going to essentially mean that you will get sucked up into this tornado, for sure.
I'm okay with that.
Okay. All right.
I don't think Constance will leave without Fuego, so if I can get Constance out of this room by doing this, I will happily do that.
Okay, cool. So you go ahead, run over to the other side of the room, grab Fuego, and yeet him, you said?
Yep.
All right. So go ahead, yeet Fuego. Fuego looks very disturbed by this. I'm like, no. And Constance, he lands in your hands. Constance, you're looking back. You see Durmin completely entangled in this fairy dust, and he starts to disappear. So Durmin, what do you do?
I look at Constance and I just kind of say under my breath,
I'm sorry.
Aw.
and I close my eyes.
All right, so Sir Durmin, you are coated in blue fairy dust, and you disappear. Constance, this fairy dust is headed right to you. What do you do?
I gotta go wherever these two went. I just let the tornado take me in.
Okay. As you do that, Fuego is very happily wiggling his legs out. He's like, yeah.
Sacrifice myself for nothing. That's fine.
Whatever.
All right. So this fairy dust tornado sucks you up, completely encompasses you. You disappear. And as far as we know, it could have gotten everybody else. Shatter. You open your eyes and you see a large room. Kind of looks like a castle, but not the castle that you're familiar with. They're relatively large, thick pillars here.
Well, I grab at my first things first. I grab at my gut
good.
cause I've just been stabbed. Just
Yeah. So you're kind of scrambling your claws around. You don't feel any wound, any cut or anything like that. You do note that your jacket armor thing does have a hole in it where the cut was or where the stab was, but there's no bleeding, no injury, no scar, anything.
Even my feathers are okay, huh? All right. Well then, now that I know I'm not gonna die, I look around at this strange castle, and I look around am I alone here?
You look to your left, you see Constance standing in a glass box, appearing to be frozen.
Oh, I walk forward to try and reach Constance then.
All right. You walk forward, and your beak, because it's the most far out part of you, kind of very slightly bumps into a barrier. And then you notice, be like, oh, you're surrounded by glass walls.
Well, my name isn't Shattering Glass for nothing.
True.
I put my claws up against this glass and I push as hard as I can.
It doesn't take much, honestly. It's a pretty, little push that you have to give it. And then just this side of the glass falls out and shatters as it hits the ground.
I take in the sounds of my name and I push the other panels around me.
Okay. You don't have to. You can just walk out now.
I don't have to, but but it's the sound of my name. They are cheering my name as they break.
Cool.
Shattering glass. Shattering glass. Shattering glass. And I do the same for Constance.
Yeah. For Constance, you'll just real quick, kind of pull at a wall, super neat, and then just drop it.
Toss it.
Cool. Constance is still just standing there.
That's weird. I poke her in the arm, and it's Sir Durmin's voice.
Wake up, Constance.
When you poke her, you notice a little bit of that blue fairy dust sprout from your fingertip, or I guess your talon tip, and it completely cloaks Constance within a second and then is gone by the next second. And Constance, you just start heavy breathing. And Shatter's standing right next to you.
Shatter, where are we? Where's Fuego?
I shrug.
Where is Fuego?
Constance, you go ahead, you take a look around to kind of take in your surroundings. You do see on the other side of the room another large box. and you see Sir Durmin in there. And next to that is a smaller box kind of on a table,
With Fuego.
and Fuego's in there.
Yay. I go to the box with Fuego in it and I open
Mhm.
it.
Okay, cool.
And I grab a Fuego.
Okay. When you grab Fuego, he's completely stiff. You're not sure. It kind of feels like he's been taxidermied.
No.
Shatter, what are you doing?
Well, now that Fuego's not out of that in that box, I push it and break the glass.
Cool.
I guess I asked Shatter. Shatter, can you please touch Fuego? Maybe you have the power to do something about this.
The same shiny talon tip that I poked Constance with. I look at Fuego and I sigh. I sigh deep in my soul because I don't want to do this.
Go on. Shatter.
I tap Fuego on the top of his little noggin.
When you do that, little blue sprinkles of fairy dust, and Fuego kind of like shakes like a dog.
Awesome. Thank you, Shatter.
Yeah. Fuego looks back and forth at both of you and kind of just like slowly crawls up Constance's arm up to her shoulder and then just gives you a little nuzzle on the cheek.
Okay, let's go for Sir Durmin now.
Well, then you know what? Then I'm gonna break all the glass around Sir Durmin.
Cool.
I'll just wait here. Go.
Cheering every time every time the glass breaks, I just make that noise. Every time. Once I've broken all 4 glass balls, then I poke Sir Durmin with my shiny finger.
As you're breaking on the glass walls, Fuego is looking like directly in your direction and just like rolling his eyes.
I should have never unfrozen that freaking lizard.
You two have a little bit of a history, I'll say that. All right, so you go ahead and poke Sir Durmin, blue sprinkles all over Sir Durmin's body, and then poof, gone. Sir Durmin, you come back and start heavy breathing.
Well, I look around.
You see Shatter standing like right below you. You're kind of on like a podium right now, a very like small one. And then you see Constance over in the background a little bit with Fuego.
And a lot of shattered glass.
And quite a lot of shattered glass. Yeah. And then, like I said, you notice this definitely strikes you as like a castle of some sort.
I run over to Constance and I like pull Shattering Constance into a hug. And then I like realize what I'm doing. And I stop and I like step back and I go, where are we?
I have no idea. Let's check, shall we?
What's going on?
Again, we have no idea. Let's go find out.
Well, okay. I'm assuming you just woke up as well. I look at both of you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fuego is going to go ahead and hop off your shoulder, Constance. And you see Fuego is like sniffing around super hard, like Fuego stiffens up, pointing in a direction. He jauntily jumps up and flies into the air, darts straight forward, and smashes through some glass. Fuego lets out a weird scream.
Okay, let's go wherever Fuego's pointing.
All right. Let's follow the lizard.
Stop calling him a lizard.
I mean, aren't dragons lizards?
Shut up. Let's go.
That's no way to talk to a superior.
Yes.
You guys follow Fuego. And Constance, I think you're the first to notice. Fuego is wrapped around, looks like a small pouch, very colorful, very crinkly, makes a lot of weird sounds, and Fuego's got his head inside of this pouch, and you can hear him like eating.
Okay, so I'll grab the pouch from Fuego and see what it is.
Okay, Fuego doesn't let go of the pouch, so you kind of just hold him and the pouch together. Inside the pouch, do you want to pull out some of the contents?
Yeah.
Okay. Everybody is staring intently at this pouch, and you pull out one of the contents, and you pull out a tiny, very small, rubbery, green, bear-shaped piece of squishiness.
What is this sorcery? Sir Durmin, have you ever seen something like this?
Well, in my many years of traveling the country and working in the kingdom, I would say I pull one out as well, and I hold it up to the light.
They are...
I haven't the foggiest.
I reach into the bag and I grab one. It's a little shiny.
It is a little shiny.
I smell it.
Smells ever so slightly, kind of like fruit. Also like a lot of chemicals.
Seems evil, and I throw it.
You throw it, and Fuego peeks his head out and like darts after it and eats it, grabs it out of the air.
I wait to see if Fuego dies.
Fuego goes around. He's just jumping at your feet, Shatter. He doesn't fly up. He's just like jumping up and trying to grab the one in your talons.
Well, if Fuego wants it, I'm not giving it to him. I eat it.
Eat it. It's very squishy, kind of rubbery. It feels like it's kind of getting gooey and softer, more liquidy as you chew it.
Ooh, but is it tasty?
Go ahead and roll Constitution.
Oh, God. Oh, no. What's it gonna do to me? Just flat Constitution, not like a saving throw, right?
Yeah, just flat Constitution.
11.
This is, honestly, way tastier than anything you've ever tasted.
I snatched that bag.
Yeah, Fuego's not in it anymore. But yeah, you can snatch that bag.
I snatch that bag and I grab another.
Okay. Do you grab it with your beak?
Yeah, I just stick my beak in and I just start chowing down. Just stick my beak in the bag and just eat these squishy confections.
Yeah. Fuego flies up and is like pawing at it.
Shatter, stop that. You don't know what that is. Get your beak out of there.
Sir Durmin is right.
I try and like swat at it.
You guys will also notice there are other bags as well in that same container that Fuego got it out of. But Sir Durmin, you will hear a commotion coming from outside of the main doors on the opposite side of the room from you now.
All right, soldiers, with me. And I point towards the noise and I go over there quick.
Fuego's like pulling at the bag.
No.
I fully expect neither of them to follow me.
Yeah,
But...
I think Fuego and Shatter are kind of having a tug of war right now.
I'll follow you.
Yeah, no, this is my bag now. Mine.
Is there like a door or a window or something by the commotion?
Yeah, there's large doors right here.
All right.
Like 3 double doors.
I'm gonna listen for a second and then crack it open and look out.
Okay. Go ahead and roll perception.
Okay.
Constance, what would you like to do?
I want to wait and see what happens when Sir Durmin opens those doors.
Okay. Sir Durmin.
Modified 20.
Okay, cool. So you hear a lot of people talking, and when you open the door, you will see quite a lot of people out there, and they're kind of gathered around like this large, it doesn't go into the ground, but it looks kind of like a pit, and there's a lot of like fossils in it, you would think.
Weird. Do these people look armored or aggressive?
Nobody looks armored. Nobody really looks aggressive. Oh, actually, you know what? One person does look armored. Off further back, dressed in like a red and gold kind of robot suit, like a warforged. I think maybe it's like an iron golem.
Maybe some kind of sentry to protect the civilians.
Maybe, yeah. These people definitely strike you as civilians. As you open the door, one person, a little kid who kind of is standing right by the door as you do that, and he looks up at you and he's like, it's Mr. Durmin.
I shut the door.
Cool. You shut the door. What do you do?
Constance, there is a group of civilians out there that I do not recognize, but one of the smaller ones recognized me. Yeah, you're not the person to go to about kids. Shit. Nope. Okay, I guess that's me. I open the door and just be like,
okay. The little kid has already turned away.
Psst, child. Kind of like wave towards myself.
The kid looks back at you and he's like, Hi, Mr. Durmin.
Okay, fine. I grab the kid and I
stop her.
I grab the kid, I shove him in and close the door. I grab him by the neck and ask, how do you know our names, you little piece of shit?
Oh my god, Princess Constance! He's saying, hang on, I gotta TikTok this.
Oh my god.
And he pulls up.
Let go of the child. We're just gonna ask questions nicely.
He pulls out.
Get down on one
Shatter.
knee and get.
This child pulls out a small rectangular brick. It's very shiny.
Oh, what? I race forward and I grab it and start tapping and start poking it.
Okay, cool. As you do that, you notice that you kind of break glass from tapping it with your claw. Hey, that's my phone!
Child, what is your name? And I get down on one knee and like get eye level with the kid.
Hi, my name's Elliot. What?
Disgusting
Wow.
name.
So Elliot, where are we right now?
We're at the movie theaters.
I look at Shatter being like, movie theater? Is that some kind of arcane? It's like,
Can I
huh?
roll an Arcana check on that?
Roll an Arcana check on that. Constance, you go ahead and do that too.
Arcana check movie theater.
15.
Cool.
15.
Oh, that's fitting. So I'm gonna say, Constance and Shatter, you two kind of just like look at each other. You share a look real quick, and then you like look off in your different directions. A movie theater? I guess it's probably a type of like magical library.
Awkwardly, I hand this Elliot his phone or his brick back that I've broken.
Thanks. You broke the glass.
I open my beak and say my name.
Oh, that's cool. How'd you do that? And he kind of like grabs your beak, pulls you closer, and he like sticks his finger in your mouth.
Push them apart quick, just get in between them. So, Elliot, is it?
Yeah.
So what nation does this movie theater reside in?
Okay, well, this is the Chinese theater, but we're not in China, if that's what you mean. We're in Hollywood.
Hollywood.
I repeat,
Is there
Hollywood.
holly and wood here?
Elliot just kind of blankly stares at all of you. Hollywood. Just kind of like nods his head.
Wait, where's
A
Everchill?
door slams open,
No.
and a woman, Elliot! Oh my god! Monster! She
Can I attack
quickly
this
gets better.
woman?
You absolutely can attack this woman.
I will attack her with Ever Essence.
She rushes for Elliot.
Can I give her disadvantage?
I mean, you can like jump in front of this woman, I guess.
Yes, I'm gonna
Okay.
try and stand between.
That just means you're
You're like,
gonna
stand-
shoot Sir Durmin, Constance.
Stand down, Constance.
Fine. Won't shoot. You're boring.
Fuego has like poked a hole in the other side of the bag, and from that hole, he's looking up, very big bellied, kind of laying on the floor, looks up and just goes, "Rah," and blows out like just a puff of smoke.
I look at this woman that went grabbing at Elliot, and I repeat,
Monster! Oh, Elliot, we're leaving. Homeless people are getting more and more rabid every day.
Excuse me, madam. Can you point us in the direction of the Everchill
No,
Kingdom?
ugh. She like pulls Elliot by the wrist and storms off.
I should have shoot her.
Honestly, kind of agree. That was rude.
What is this Hollywood place? I've never heard of it.
Based on the name, it's a place that has lots of forests and holly, I guess. That's a plant.
A lot of people are
right?
crowding in the door now. They're all looking in and looking at you, and they're like, "Oh my god, that's those are the characters from the movie. Oh, this is so much fun!" And people start taking out more of those little bricks, and they start flashing at all of you.
Shatter, go
Okay.
get those bricks.
yeah, I see a million bricks, and I immediately run up to the closest person and snatch their brick and start tapping at the screen again.
Cool. Snatch that brick, start tapping. That person gets mad. Hey, that's my phone, dude. Back off. Fuego kind of like recoils back into the bag like a turtle, and his wings like pop out 2 more holes in the bag, and he starts flying, and he's flying away from all these people.
I go after Fuego for sure.
Yes, Shatter, we're leaving, and I kind of grab Shatter, pull them.
I guess I dropped that brick on my way back.
When you drop that brick, you hear the glass break.
I love hearing my name.
All right. Constance, Sir Durmin, and Shatter are running. Fuego is flying away. What are you doing?
I grab Fuego and run towards Sir German and Shatter.
All right, so where are you all going to go now? People are starting to swarm in, and more of these flashes are coming out at you. What do you do?
Looking for a way out, away from the people.
There is a large curtain just to like the northwest or northeast of you.
Like, go through it.
Yeah, you're pretty sure that's like a large door. So you go through there. It's like a huge auditorium, completely empty, very dark. There is another, you see like a smaller doorway at the end, all the way towards the back of the room.
Okay, I'll head for it and be like, possible exit, there, move.
Cool. You guys hear more and more people kind of coming in, starting to talk, get really loud. Hey, did you see those people? Hey, that bird broke my phone! Fuego is popping out of his bag with more of these little gooey things in his mouth, just like flailing around.
I just take the gooey stuff and throw it because Fuego is obsessed about this.
I use Mage Hand and I grab that bag because I want them too.
Cool. Sir Durmin running with Constance and Shatter to the other end of the room to get to the door. You go through?
Yeah.
All right. You go through and you find yourself in a dark alleyway. Going to the right, there are more people. Going to the left, it is getting increasingly darker and emptier.
Perfect. Darker and emptier it is.
Okay. So you guys go there. Do you want to hide?
Yeah.
All right. You go ahead and kind of like squat down. What's up? What are we doing?
Yeah, look at the two of them. I have no idea what is going on. I am out of my depths. I, for once in my life, don't know what to do next.
Me neither.
Yeah. Where are we?
Where in the world is Hollywood? I've never heard of it.
Do we have a map? No? Yes?
Check my bag. Do I have a map?
You don't have a map, no.
Okay. First step, I guess. Find a place to take shelter. Get a map. Survey our surroundings. Man, it's been a while since I was a cadet. Constance, Shadow, you both went through training relatively recently, right?
Yes.
My
All
head.
right, so basics of surviving in a foreign nation. That's what we're gonna do. It's a foreign nation. We need to survive and get back to Everchill.
Okay. We should put up a tent or something.
You guys have like tent stuff.
Should blend in with the locals. I open my beak and start repeating everything that Elliot Kid was saying earlier.
Hi, Mr. Durmin. Oh my god, Princess Constance. Cool. Shatter starts spouting off something about something called TikTok. I gotta TikTok this. Hey, that's my phone.
Okay, so lay low, find out our surroundings, blend in. Those are the basics we need to start with.
Okay.
Sounds like a plan. All right. Fuego kind of like slumps back onto your shoulder, Constance, curls up on around your neck, and once again gives you like the scaly scarf feel, and he starts dozing off to sleep.
Yeah. Is it late at night?
It is very late at night here. It's dark, and what's weird is that there's almost no stars here, and you're used to starry skies.
Okay, I think we should put up a tent then and just rest, spend the night here since there's no people and it's pretty dark. And then we'll figure out what to do tomorrow.
All right, I'll take first watch.
Sounds good.
Okay.
All right, so you guys set up a tent, kind of put your stuff to yourself. Guess you guys are camping out in the middle of some place called Hollywood.
Oh, God.
And that's where we're going to end it for tonight.
Okay.
Awesome.
And that's our first episode. Hope you enjoyed it. Hollywood Nights is Brain Adventure's first mini-series/quest. We will be following it up early next year with our first full-fledged campaign, which is a longer-running story in which a group of famous heroes go missing, and only their animal familiars can rise to the challenge of finding them by embarking on a quest through a world full of magical monsters and heinous humans. Will our animal adventurers succeed? Find out on A Familiar Journey. If you enjoyed our first episode of Hollywood Nights, then you're in luck because we've already dropped our second episode. Go check it out and look forward to new episodes every other Thursday. And to like and follow us on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. Thanks for listening. What do we think?